Why is it, well, in prison, maybe some other ex-cons can answer this. Why is it when you're in prison and you're fighting or whatever with somebody, you don't feel yourself being hit sometimes, or you don't feel yourself being stabbed, but if you see it happen to somebody else, you can hear the punches, you can feel you can hear the knife going in, and that's a weird sound too. But when it's happening to you, you don't. Anyway, this is about a ticket man. And this guy came to prison, and at first, he was shy and everything, but once he got established and everything, and got to knowing some people, he wanted to get a hustle. He wasn't getting much money from home. So he built up enough money, got him enough money, saved it up so that he could start a ticket, become a ticket man. We already had one in our house. Usually there's several, but we had one. These tickets, what they do is, against prison rules, but you pick 4 out of there, like 4 teams, what you think they're going to score and everything. But whatever you put in, like if you put in a stamp and you hit, you win, you get 10 stamps back. So he's doing a football ticket, and he was doing good for a while. He was making money. I mean, he wasn't doing bad at all. He had him food to eat, all this stuff, and people liked him and everything. But one day, he got hit by not just one person, but by a bunch of people. And he could pay some of it off, and he did. But there were some that he couldn't pay off. And he was not one of these type of people to check in. A lot of people, I've seen this before, where the ticket man gets hit by everybody and they check in. They go to PC. Well, he knew this wasn't, didn't matter if he did check in. Lincoln did not have a PC. So they would put him in the hole and they'd send him to another prison and put him back out in the yard. And he knew that word would get down there and he'd still have problems. So he dealt with it. Got in a fight with one guy that owed him, fist fight. I didn't see that fight, but he goes to the hole. When it comes out, one of the other guys approaches him, and I guess they had words or whatever, and they left, they split up and left. But the next day I was on the yard. I'd already got my workout in, and me and one of my workout partners is making laps around the softball field and just talking, And I seen these two, this guy and the ticket man I was telling you about, and this other guy, over to the side, and they was talking. And the ticket man just kind of blew him off and walked off. And I tell my workout partner, man, I said, something's going to happen here. And sure enough, we made like one more round, and about 50 feet from us is when it happened. The dude just started stabbing the guy that was the ticket man. I think he was punching him too. He's punching him and stabbing him and all kinds of things. And you could hear every one. You could hear the punches, you could hear the blade going in. And this is while he was kind of talking shit. But what gets me is when things like this happen, a lot of people stop and look. They're not even being discreet about it. They just, like it's a show. It used to not be that way. Me and my workout partner, we just kept walking, and we knew he was going to get locked down. He said, man, I'm going to head back in the house and try to get some ice and stuff before they call lockdown. Well, I don't know if he made it or not, because it wasn't long after that they called lockdown. And we go back in, Kevin was my cellie at this time. I had a different cellie, and this guy was all he was doing was talking about it. You see that, man? You see that, man? Shut up! I didn't see shit, dude. And he goes, I'm just saying, man. Was you on the yard when that happened? I said, man, what is wrong with you people? You guys see a fight or you see a stabbing or something, and everybody gathers around and watches it, and then they talk about it for a week. This shit happens. It's prison. And he goes, man, I don't know why you older guys are like that. I said, look, man, you gotta stand around watching a fight or stabbing, altercation, or whatever. It draws heat. COs see that, and they start looking to see what's happening. You get talking about it afterwards. First of all, it's none of your business. It's between those two. But you get talking about it. If it gets back to the COs, they're going to start questioning you. You know, what did you see? You know, you're talking about what did you see? So it's just better to keep your damn mouth shut. And I think I could fly out here too. Just mind your own business. But you know, out here it's different. You know, if I see somebody hurt or something, I'm going to help them. If I, you know, somebody laying down bleeding, I'm going to help them. In prison, I didn't do that unless it was one of my partners or one of my friends or something. Then I would help them. But I've stepped over people bleeding and stuff before at MSP. A whole bunch of us did going to chow. But out here, I'd probably give a person a helping hand. You know, that's just the right thing to do. But in prison is different. But even out here, if I see two people fighting, I'm not going to stop and gawk and watch them. That's just not my style. Mind my own business. You know, be aware that it's happening, but just keep going. But a lot of people don't do that in prison. So I hope nobody goes to prison. But if you do, just keep that in mind, man. Just mind your own business. And you know, playing tickets like gambling. I wouldn't be a ticket man. I played a few tickets, but that's different. I put a stamp or bag of topper in. If I lose it, that's all I'm losing. But don't be the ticket man. If you like this content, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.